Good evening, gentlemen, and hello.
It's a mess.
How's it going, Borat? It's your favorite commissioner coming at you pre-recorded here once again for another edition of the League 11 recap. This week we're recapping Week 9. We're through 9 of the 14 weeks of the regular season of this year's League Fantasy Football Play Tournament thing that we do. So usually I have some sort of a funny intro, some sort of a preface of what's going to be coming, but we're just going to dive right into it today. First matchup we have this week, you're going between Tim and Brandon. And Brandon,
Fuck!
yeah, that's exactly how I would feel. You suck. 2-7, 6-week losing streak, ninth place. He loses to Tim, loses to the new guy, 105 or 106 to 119. Let's take a look at the matchup here. Brandon, Justin Jefferson with 25.5 points, 26 points. That was about it worth mentioning on Brandon's team. No, but he had 11 points on his bench. I mean, granted, you got buys, but still just terrible. Yeah, just not good. Obviously, too focused on shooting that buck last week that he got distracted and actually forgot to have some decent guys start on his team. Tim, on the other hand, obviously was not distracted by deer hunting. And he managed to sneak out his sixth win of the year, 6-3, and in third place for Tim. He had Josh Allen 27 points, Derrick Henry 24 points. His kicker got him 18 points. I mean, 163 yards worth of field goals. That's not bad. I mean,
I love you.
yeah, I know, Tim. You love your kicker. That's awesome. Good for you. Let's see. He had nothing really on his bench worth mentioning, but so these guys on kind of two ends of the spectrum. Brandon, like I said, in ninth place, and since we're getting there, I'm going to go through magic numbers. Excuse me. As I always say, or I'll just say, seventh place losses did not change. So everybody's magic number this week should have changed by 0 or 1. If you won, you lost. Your magic number went down by 1. If you did not win, your magic number did not change. Tim, your magic number is 5 at 6-3. Brandon, your magic number is 9 at 2-7. And I will say, no one has officially locked up a playoff spot or lost or been eliminated. Now, my formula does not take into effect the fact that 5 people win every week. You know what I mean? So maybe somebody is technically eliminated and my formula doesn't catch that. It's not perfect. I'm not going to go through all that work to make it be that accurate. But yeah. So anyways, next matchup we're moving on to is the matchup between Matt Novak and Mike Bartushik. And
Is wearing women's underwear part of your turn-on?
what are we at, a Kevin O'Connell press conference here? Jesus. Mike, nice win. 7-2 and in first place. Mike wins 151 to Matt's 106. Let's take a look at this matchup. Matt, Tyreek Hill, I would say, I don't know, arguably the best wide receiver in football right now. I guess looking at this, Yahoo has him as number 1. 27 points out of him this week. That was all he had. And, looking at these guys, way too distracted by... here's a perfect example of how little Matt's obviously paying attention to his team. He has Marquise Brown on IR, taking up a bench spot. He has Cordell Patterson, who got 18 points this week, in his IR spot. So, luckily he doesn't have COVID, otherwise Corey would be on you. Or lucky he didn't have COVID, whatever, you know what I'm trying to say. Sorry, Mike, on the other hand, Patty Mahomes, just every week we talk about Patty Mahomes. 35 points out of Patty Mahomes, 37 points out of Devontae Adams, 27 points out of Cooper Kupp. Yeah, what do you say? That's Mike's really good at fantasy football. That's all I have to say. So, Mike, you are 7-2 and in first place. Your magic number is 4, and Matt, your magic number 5 and 4, and in sixth place, your magic number is 6. Next matchup we're going to is the matchup between Corey and Ben. Sorry, internet's a little slow. Loading. Come on. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm trying to do things on the spot here. Sorry, terrible.
Randy Moss is a great player.
Okay, thanks, Carl Groschmidt. Ben wins 136 points to Corey's 123. Ben, you are 5-4, and in fifth place, your magic number is also 6. Corey, you're 3-6, and in eighth place, your magic number is 8. Let's take a look at the matchup. Ben, good thing you spent $50 on Tua like 6 weeks ago. He finally paid off for you. He's finally starting to pay off for you 2 weeks in a row now. 24 points out of Tua. 27 points out of Travis Etienne, 24 points out of Dallas Goedert. He's fastly becoming, I mean, I would argue he's the third or fourth best tight end out there right now. I mean, you got Kelsey, and that's about it right now. I mean, Mark Andrews is hurt. Goddard's really good. Ertz is really good. Yeah, anyways. Yeah, I mean, 136 points. He had good showings out of just about every single one of his players. He also had Brady on his bench, who is looking like you could probably just about drop him right now. Corey, on the other hand, he had 123 points. He had 25 points out of Kenyon Drake and 21 points out of Travis Kelce, the aforementioned Travis Kelce. So not really a whole lot to talk about in that matchup. Trying to see if there's anything else. Let's see here. Okay, fine. Sorry, I'm done. Sorry. Moving on to the next matchup. We'll get just keep plugging along here. See if we can get done before 10 minutes. We all know that's not going to happen. Next matchup is between Nick and Mitch. And if you guys watch any of this fantasy football this week, you would know that there was one player that did very, very, very good. And it would have been somebody by the name of Joe Mixon. And Mitch had Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon, hold on. Come on. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. This internet is killing me. Joe Mixon. Well, sorry. Let's do this the proper way. Nick, 94 points from Nick, 6-3 in second place. His magic number is 5, I believe. And Mitch, 5-4 and in fourth place, 164 points this week. Your magic number is 6. And Mitch, as I always say, even though you put up the most points this week, you played Nick. He had the weekly low score for the first time this year. So you didn't win, you just didn't lose. Nick, Jalen Hurts, 20 points, 24 points out of Austin Eckler. Getting into the point I was making earlier, Joe Mixon, 55 points. I know, that's a lot of points. 55 points. 4 rushing touchdowns, a catch, or a receiving touchdown, 153 rushing yards, 55 points. And I honestly don't think I've made, or I haven't kept track of this, but I'd be willing to bet a significant amount of money that we have never had anybody score that high in the league ever. I don't know, maybe you guys saw something if Joe Mixon, because I know like in the Charts Challenge he had 51 points, but I don't know, maybe we do score in different. But yeah, I mean, a third of Mitch's points came from Mixon. He also had Ken Walker get him 28 points. But yeah, we just got to talk about that. That's crazy. So congratulations to Mitch. You're in fourth place. You're in technically in points, but you're in a 4-way tie for fourth. Yeah, I mean, now we move on to the matchup of the week. And I want to see how smart you guys are. So, matchup of the week includes myself. Let's see if you can figure out who my opponent is. I'm going to give you some hints. All right, ready?
Clue number 1.
Has never won a championship in the league.
Clue number 2.
Is currently in 10th place in our league.
Clue number 3.
Has thrown 300 games?
Clue number 4.
was selected to the DRS All-Star team?
Clue number 5.
I should have really rehearsed this. Has the biggest nose out of anybody in our league.
Clue number 6.
Favorite number is 6. Did you guess Perk?
That's right.
You got it. Perk, congratulations on being in the matchup of the week. Unfortunately, you lost. 1-8. Perk. Wow. Even Corey's ashamed of you. 105 points. I mean, are we sure Don actually left the league? Are we sure Perk didn't leave? I don't know. 143 or 144 points out of me to Perk's 105. He's 1-8, and in 10th place, his magic number I believe is 10. Yep, 10. I'm 5-4, and in 7th place, my magic number is 6. Matchup wise, excuse me, I had Jalen Waddle get me 20 points, and my defense 29 points out of New England's defense. They had 9 sacks. That's a lot of sacks. Perk on the other hand, Justin Fields 43 points. I mean, we're talking about Mixon, 43 points out of a quarterback. And I think I had mentioned somebody else had 40 some points earlier. I think it was it Devontae Adams? I think it was. I don't know. But yeah, so funny enough, out of all of both of our teams, we only had 3 players worth mentioning. I sat Geno Smith, which whatever. I got Kirk Ice Cousins on my team. Why would you want to start any other quarterback other than Kirk Ice Cousins or whatever they call him now? So yeah. So sorry that recap was a little choppy. Try to do something different. It didn't really seem to work. So maybe I won't do that anymore. Sorry guys. So now we're on to week 10. So now it's going to be like rematch of week 1. So I think they in Yahoo called this like the rival week or something like that. I don't know. Whatever. But have fun playing around with the buys. Hopefully y'all shot that 30-point buck. If you didn't, good luck this next week, and we'll see you next Tuesday.